What's going on, guys? Home/Henry here, and no, the title is not clickbait. I managed to hit rank 9 in Season 3. This is something that I've been struggling with during Ultra League. Getting out of the 2400s has been very difficult. There's a ton of former rank 10s, but we did it. This morning, I ended up having a 5-0 set, which took me over the top to rank 9. And this set that you'll be seeing here is actually my first set in rank 9. And, well, from the title, you can probably guess it went pretty well. Anyways, I'm so excited to be rank 9, and I'm really excited to share these battles with you guys. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. Alright, and we're hopping into game number 1 against One Bean Machine 1. So that is fitting, and they're leading with an Origin Form Giratina, so a very spicy choice for the Ultra League. And they go for the charge move. I decided to shield in case it is a Shadow Ball, and they did go for the nuke, so good shield by me. I'm going to build up quite a bit of energy and go for the Aqua Tail bait here to try and get the shield. And he does shield, which is perfect. He throws again. I decided to shield. Since he's low, he's probably going for the nuke. He is, and then I should just be able to Dragon Breath down and have a ton of energy for whatever comes in next. Alright, and so we're going to be going for the Aqua Tail onto this Togekiss. And it is just going to be doing some nice chunk damage. We do have back-to-back Aqua Tails, which is great because this should get it to about half health, which is perfect. And then the Togekiss is going to be able to charm down, and we come in with our Lapras. And he counter swaps into Swampert, and I'm going to be throwing my Surf here just because I want to get the last shield. I do get the last shield, now I feel comfortable switching into Giratina, because Giratina Swampert matchup at a shield disadvantage can favor the Swampert, so I did want to make sure that we got the shield there. Perfect, and now we have the Dragon Claw coming through, and this will be doing some nice damage onto the Shadow Swampert here. I do get to the Dragon Claw, and you'll see here I do have a bit of an unusual play. I actually undercharge because I don't want to take the Swampert out. And I'm waiting for it to throw the Earthquake because I don't want the Togekiss to farm me down and then have energy to throw a move onto Lapras, so I let it take me out, and I come in with my Lapras, and I will be able to force to quit. And we're hopping into game number 2 of the set against Tom's Melina, and he is leading with a Togekiss, so this is a lost lead for us, unfortunately, but our Aqua Tail should be doing some nice neutral damage onto that Togekiss. Go for the first one, and it is going to connect, and we'll be building up and going for a second one, and this one wouldn't kill, but would get him low enough to the point where he's probably going to shield and then just charm down. We do get the shield, and then he is going to charm us down. Here we're coming in with Lapras, and we have a shield advantage, and so my goal in this situation is to not shield. I'll take whatever move it throws and just farm down so we have a bunch of extra energy. So now we have an energy advantage and a shield advantage. A Clefable comes in, so we are going for the Ice Beam, and this would be doing a ton of damage if unshielded, and it does connect, which is fantastic. And now we're building up quite a bit of energy, and we're going for the Surf bait, because this should get it low, and we actually do get the last shield. And here I'm going to quick swap into Giratina before I am farmed down, and I am going to be able to get to the Shadow Sneak, and the Shadow Sneak is going to be taking out the Clefable. And now he brings in a Charizard and resigns the match. Good game. Moving into game number 3 of the set against Zoomiest. And in this matchup, unfortunately, I lose the lead again. They're leading Lapras, and normally you would want to switch out of a losing lead, but unfortunately with my team, I do have a double weakness to Lapras. Both Gyarados and Giratina have losing matchups to Lapras, so in this situation, I do want to stay into the losing matchup and do as much damage as I can to that Lapras. That Lapras unfortunately does land the Ice Beam, and I'm going to be trying to land a Crunch. Unfortunately, they will be able to get to the Surf first, because all that's needed is a Surf to take me out. I do shield it up, just so I can land the Crunch, and the Crunch unfortunately will not kill, but should do quite a bit of damage, and they'll just be able to Ice Shard me down afterwards. I'm coming in with my own Lapras. My goal is to absorb any energy they throw, and then farm down so I have an energy lead for whatever's coming in afterwards. And I am just able to Ice Shard down, which is perfect. And he brings in a Clefable. I go for the Ice Shard, which is my nuke move, does more damage. Unfortunately, they do shield that one up. I decide to go for it again just because I have so much energy, and I'm counting on them to think I'm baiting, which they do. I was able to land it, which is huge. And charge move coming in from the Clefable. I do want to shield this up. It's probably a Meteor Mash. It is a Meteor Mash. I'm going to build up some extra energy to bluff the Ice Beam, and then I'm going to go straight Surf. and this should be getting the last shield. It does, and I'm going to quick swap into Giratina, and they swap into their own as well. But the good news is I was able to actually get one extra fast move before they switched in, so I do have an energy lead, and that will allow me to win this mirror match. And so we'll be exchanging Dragon Claws back and forth. Since we both are the Shadow Claw variant, we get to the charge moves at the same time. And this will be getting it low, and then I'm counting on being able to farm it down before it can get to the charge move after this one. Dragon Claw comes through, and now I'm going for the farm down here, and we're just able to do so, and we have a Shadow Sneak ready to take out the Clefable, and so that is going to be a good game. So we are 3-0 so far. Great start to being in rank 9, and we catch a pretty good lead here in Altered Form Giratina. Both our Dragon Breath and Crunch are going to be doing super effective damage. I go straight for the Crunch the first time. Giratinas typically don't shield, but this one actually does, so they play it a little differently. I do decide to match shield, so I am going to be shielding up their Dragon Claw. And how I play this matchup is I'm going to be building up a bunch of extra energy. I'm going to shield their Dragon Claw, and I'm going to try and bait with an Aqua Tail to get their last shield. So I am building up quite a bit of extra energy here, and I do go for the Aqua Tail, and I'm hoping that this can get the last shield, but my opponent actually no-shields it and then switches into a Lucario. Here I go for another Aqua Tail. I don't have a great answer to steal, so I'm really hoping this lands, and it does. And then I switch into my own Giratina. I go for the Dragon Claw. Even though this is resisted, Lucario is very squishy. That does a lot of damage. He goes for the Shadow Ball. This will do a lot, but will not KO. So we can take that, and we're able to farm down. It's taking a moment, then he's going to be coming in with a Cresselia. So this is a decent matchup since we are the Shadow Claw variant, and our Shadow Sneaks will be dealing super effective damage. So we do land the move, which is great. We're building up some extra energy, and they throw. This will be the Moonblast, and this will be knocking out our Giratina. And we're going to come in with Lapras. And our goal here is basically just hoping they don't have Grass Knot. We're building up quite a bit of energy. We do try and sack there. Unfortunately, sack swaps, if you're on very low health, don't appear to be working at the moment. It appears that the fast move damage gets transferred onto the Pokemon you're switching into, and then you just die. So unfortunately, I was not able to sack there. They do have Grass Knot, unfortunately. I do go for the Surf, and this should be getting the last shield. Alright, and building up some energy here. And they'll be going for another Grass Knot. This will get us low, but should not take us out. Lapras is very tanky, and they go for their own sack. Unfortunately, they have the same issue as me, so feels bad there. And then I'll be able to land the Surf on the Cresselia and take the game. Last game of the set here, we're starting 4-0, so honestly things could not be going better, and we catch a good lead. Surprisingly, even though both of our charge moves are resisted, Gyarados does have a positive matchup against Poliwrath, the main reason being the fast move. Poliwrath runs Mud Shot, which is resisted by Gyarados' flying typing, but Dragon Breath is neutral onto the Poliwrath. And we are going to be going for the Aqua Tail. Aqua Tail is the more energy efficient move of the two, and we did stack them back to back. Unfortunately, my opponent realized that and switches into their Registeel to catch, so great play by my opponent. I counter swap into my own Giratina. I don't have a great answer to a Steel switch in, but Giratina is able to apply some nice neutral pressure with its Ghost fast move Shadow Claw and its Ghost charge move Shadow Sneak, and also it can take a couple Flash Cannons, so that's very nice. And we're going for another Shadow Sneak here, and this will be getting it low, but unfortunately Registeel is so tanky that it's still going to be able to get off more Flash Cannons. Again, we can no-shield this because we can take 2 Flash Cannons. We're not worried about that. And we should get to another Shadow Sneak. Unfortunately, this Shadow Sneak will not be enough to take out the Registeel. It is unbelievably tanky, and they'll be able to get to one last Flash Cannon. I shield up because I want switch advantage here. I cannot have that Poliwrath lined up with the Lapras. And speaking of the Poliwrath, he switches in aggressively, throws an Ice Punch, and takes out the Giratina. Great play by my opponent. I come back in with my Gyarados, and that's going to be a second Ice Punch from the Poliwrath. And they are staying in here. We are going for an Aqua Tail, and this should be pressuring the Poliwrath. Yep, Poliwrath does go down, and let's see what's in the back here. And in the back is a Berserker. So this is not what we were hoping to see. A double Steel team. I love the spice there. And I really love the double type in the back strategy. Was popularized by Caleb Peng with the double grass line, of course. It works really well. I let the first one go. It is a close combat because I can take one close combat. I just can't take two, so I'm going to shield up the second one and then hopefully try and farm down here. And we are actually... Oh, they go for the sack swap onto the Registeel. They were unsuccessful. They do get a charge move off from the Berserker, so they are able to take me out. And then I'm just going to have to try and Dragon Breath down, and we are able to. So 5-0, let's go. A great start to rank 9. And look how much my ranking goes up. Niantic made an adjustment this morning where the amount of rank you increase or decrease for winning is a lot more. So I went 5-0. Yesterday that would have been about 30 points, but watch this right here. Boom, 2550. That is a 44-point increase. So shout out to Niantic for listening to people and making it so we can gain points more quickly. I think that's going to be really beneficial in helping people with that last push to rank 10, because that's where I'm going for next, going for rank 10. But anyways, in the meantime, I'm just celebrating rank 9. So happy I got there before Master League. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to subscribe. It helps out the channel. I would really appreciate that. And I'll see you guys in the next one.